Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. That means this is my own personal commitment to the human race, that I will speak for and I will advocate that every individual on earth have the opportunity for their dreams to come true, and that I will share with you the information necessary for you to know, for you to know what role you play in making your dreams come true. And the connective power is God. It's not me or you, outside of the power of God working through us. Now, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I've asked you to consider me to replace Al Franken in the United States Senate. And I've told you that I'm not running as a Republican or a Democrat. I'm running as independent, which means I'm separated from those two and any other third parties. And I'm not representing what the Democrats represent or the Republicans represent, because to me, ladies and gentlemen, every last one of them represents separation from God. And every Republican and every Democrat does it because they're separated from God and they don't know it. Now, let me tell you this. I grew up in the church. I heard all the stories about God and the biblical perspective. All of you, most of you did. I won't say all of you, but most of you did. And you growing up knowing that it was all phony. It was all fake. You knew that it was nothing but talk. That's all I ever saw was talk, and the talk never worked. But one day, something happened in my life as a kid, several times in fact, where I saw the power of God, which means it was a power outside of the ability of human beings. Let me say it again. A power outside the ability of human beings. And I'm not going to waste my time telling you about what it is, because you didn't see it, and I don't care what I say, you will never accept it for what it is to me. And it wasn't meant to be to you what it is to me. It was meant to be to me what it is to me, to prove to me that there is a God, so I don't have to walk around acting like man is God. I don't have to walk around acting like democracy is God. I don't have to walk around acting like white folks are God. I don't have to walk around acting like America is God. God is something you can't touch, you can't feel, but it's an expression that can be made out of anybody. Now, let me tell you what you did. Finally, when I became a man, I was about 28, 29 years old, when I recognized that if I didn't do something in the society, like Dr. King, like Gandhi, like Jesus, if I didn't do something like that, we were all going to hell in a bread basket. And the basket would not have any bread in it, but bricks. And so I started out not knowing exactly what to do, but trying to do something, being led by a spirit. And let me tell you something, everything I tried to do good had as much weight on the ugly side as can be possible. And the thing that happened good seemed like it happened only to me, and everything else happened to everybody else, because nobody benefited from it as far as I can tell. Let me tell you what I did. I wanted you to know that I know God. I'm not like a preacher in a pulpit telling you I got a call. I'm not somebody been reading a book telling you about Bible stories about something that happened thousands of years ago, expecting you to understand the impact of it in your life today. I see you don't know that. I've witnessed that all my life, that you don't know that. I have. But in my efforts, ladies and gentlemen, I ran for president between 1980 and 2000. I ran for president at least 2 or 3 times. At least 2. We'll make it 3. 3 times for president of the United States. I ran for the governor of the state of Minnesota at least once. I ran for mayor of the city of Woodbury. I ran for mayor of the city of St. Paul, Minnesota. And what was I advocating? I was advocating everything that you talk about in that good book. I advocated love. I advocated peace. I advocated prosperity and joy for every human being. And what did that mean? That meant that, in a translated form, that no American, and when it spread it out, but it had to start at home first, no American would be without food and clothing and shelter. No American would be without health care. No American would be without education. And on top of all of that, every American would have access to a job, but not just a job, but a job of their choosing. And that is what God put in my heart to tell you, that would bring you the peace and the prosperity and joy that you've been seeking for. And every office I ran for, that's the only thing I advocated for. But you, the American people, as evil as you are, as good as you think you are, voted for something else. Voted for Republican. Republican never had a plan that worked out for everybody in this country. They never even considered it. That's why they call themselves conservative. The liberals, they never had a plan. All they wanted to do was find some scheme to be a little different from Republicans. So they say we'll do a little bit more for the people. And look, poverty everywhere. You think I'm lying? When the Republicans are in, does poverty go away? When the Democrats are in, does poverty go away? Heck no, it does not. It stands right there because it is designed to be right there. But when I ran for office, I told you about something different. And I stood it on the foundation of God. And all you God-fearing people, every last one of you, not a single one of you were concerned. But let me tell you something, God made me aware of that. In 1984, I ran across this country telling everybody that would listen that the American Christians were on the road to hell because God has said the world is blind, but the Christians try to pretend like they got eyes, like they can see. And God told me to go around the country, tell everybody, every Christian that they were on their path to hell, and told me to keep a diary of every event that happened every day, and when I come back, it would prove it. And for months, I traveled this country. I came back and did an assessment of what had happened while I was gone, and everything pointed to the American Christian was on the road to hell. You, all you church-going people, all you people up there in them big mega churches, every last one of you trust the devil. You don't trust God, and you are a lie when you say you do. And not only that, I'm so confident in what God has given me to tell you that I've committed crimes knowing that if you ignore it, I'd have to pay the price. I've been to jail several times trying to tell you something. I've been to prison several times trying to tell you something, and you still didn't get it. Now, in 2016, you have before you what you want to call them? The people who do Enron. The people who do scams, pyramid schemes, who run the world. Put before you, the American people, a Republican and a Democrat, what you have put your teeth in, and a man and a woman, and told you that every last, each of them wasn't worth the salt in the bread. And you went straight to the polls and voted for that as your leader. Now, the world is going to do that. What else the world going to do? They don't know anything about God. Somebody talking about God, they're not listening. Anybody that's talking about God to them must be a fool. But every last one of you Christians, you go to church every Sunday. Sunday night. Got Bible study during the week. Got all this God-fearing stuff. Paying all this and that. That's what you got. You God-fearing people. You took your little tail, just like those people in the world right down there, and you voted for evil. You voted for evil. You voted for evil. And you went to church the next Sunday talking about, oh, Lord God, how much you love God. You listen to some preacher tell you about the day might be the day that God said have open for you. And you know what? Why am I running again? It's just on those same principles that I told you about before. Peace, prosperity, and joy. About God's love. About you, the people who can have peace, who can have this prosperity, which is translated into your dreams being true. I run for that. To hold that up. To prove to you for your last time, you will not vote for it. You'll vote for the devil every time. Every last one of you will vote for the devil. And swear to God that you love him. You don't love God. You don't even know who God is. You just know somebody telling you. You think I'm lying? Look at the 50% or 51 or 52% of people who got married swore to God that they stay together. And every last one of them divorced. Look at the people who stuck together, don't give a darn about each other. They're just hanging in there, just be hanging. Look at your neighbor down the street talking about he love you, don't give a darn about you. Look at these Republican Democrats, and you're going to still go there and try to vote for that junk again. But somebody say, vote for God. Vote for God's love. And God is not going to be me loving you. God is not going to be me bringing a bunch of people who are going to post some love on you. God is the Spirit of God, and you let him live in you, and you make it real. And if you don't make it real, it's because you're a son and a daughter of the demons. Now, you might not intend to be that, but you're just that. You don't know any better. And the fact that someone comes along and try to tell you that, you know why you don't accept that? Because you have to pay a price. You have to become what you say you are. You have to become it. You can't play it. You have to become it. And you know darn well you're not going to become it because the world will promise you that they'll kill you in a heartbeat if you stand up. And you know you are die and go to hell 1,000 times before you trust God. And so why am I running? One of the most major reasons why I'm running in St. Paul and Woodbury and the state of Minnesota to replace Al Franken, and to do it on the principles of God, to do it on the principles of love, to prove to you that you don't give a stink about God. To care about God means you got to care about me. To care about God means I got to care about you. That's why I'm telling you this stuff. And I guarantee you, you will not go to those polls and write my name in. You'll go right to those polls and vote for a woman who ain't going to give you nothing. Vote for a man who ain't going to give you nothing. Vote for a Democrat who ain't going to give you nothing. Vote for a Republican who ain't going to give you nothing. And you're going to sit right back down there and be filling up these churches next Sunday, next Monday, next Wednesday, next Friday. Like you understand God. I'm running. You prove you understand God. You prove you understand God. You get up in that poll and write my name in. And then you allow the Spirit of God to come into you and make sure that nobody's going to be pulling on anymore here in Minnesota. Nobody's going to be without a job. Nobody's going to be without education. Nobody's going to be without health care. And then you can say you love God. And otherwise you go sit your ass down. You lying ass.